Greetings, fuckers. It is I, Host Body, and I am ranting at the camera because I have no one to rant to in person currently. I've just got off the phone with BT as I'm currently trying to sort out my broadband. Now, I've recently gone through a massive change in circumstances in my life. My wife and I have amicably separated. We think it's the best thing for both of us, and yada yada yada, etc., etc. Obviously, life is in turmoil somewhat at the moment. The one thing that I require wherever I live is a steady broadband connection. I stream, I do IT bits and pieces. Uh, I need a connection to the outside world, and that is currently lacking. Now, it should have been activated on the 4th of February. I'd like to point something out to you. This is not activated. This is decidedly unactivated. There is a massive lack of activation going on right here. Why? Well, when it failed to come online on the 4th, I rang them, and they said, "Oh, we're terribly sorry. There was an issue routing you to the cabinet you should have been routed to. We're having to route you to another one. But don't worry, rest assured it'll be done in 24 to 48 hours. Okay, tech problems happen. I've worked in IT for long enough to know that. I managed to keep my cool, despite the fact that I was somewhat miffed because no one had bothered to contact me to tell me that. No engineer had tapped the door or rang me. No BT customer service staff had got in touch. There was just a precise fuck all from BT. But I'm used to that. I've never liked BT anyway. So, I waited. And I waited. And I waited. And then I called them again and said, "Look, this really isn't acceptable. I should have been online by now and I'm not. What are you going to do about it?" And they said, "Oh, the work seems to have all been completed." And I said, "Okay, then flick the switch. Turn on the big connect, it's alive!" No, they had not been sent what is apparently called a KCI3 form, which, by the description I was given, is a little form that says, "Hey, we've done the work, turn it on." Because they hadn't been sent that form, they couldn't turn it on. So they went to ask for the form, and it would apparently take 24 hours to get that form back to them. Now, obviously, I appreciate how incredibly difficult it is to press send, or to, God forbid, lick an envelope and pop it in the post. I mean, where is this fucking form? Is it in a cave, in a mountain, 1,000 miles away, guarded by a fucking dragon? No. All it requires is for someone to go, done, send, brilliant. But they can't do that, because they have to send a form to ask for the fucking form to be sent. BT's internal processes are designed to make things as complicated as humanly fucking possible. Anyway, 24 hours later, still nothing. I contact them. The form was never requested. But don't worry, I'll request it now. And I said, with some chagrin, "Why should I trust you? Your colleague yesterday was apparently requesting it." And they said, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry about that, but we'll request it now. It'll take up to 48 hours. Now, apparently, in the time that it had taken them to fail to request the form previously, the form had been moved by a cadre of what I can only assume were some sort of well-armoured lizard men to a deeper cave in a bigger mountain, even further away, with 2 dragons and a fucking basilisk at the gate. So, the 48 hours were going to pass, but after 24 hours, I got a bit pissed off, so I rang them to see if I could hurry things along, only to be told that, doesn't matter about the forms, we never finished the work. But we'll book you an engineer, he'll be out in 48 hours. At this point, I nearly bit off one of my own fingers in a sheer rage, but I didn't. I explained to the customer service staff that I appreciate they could only tell me what they knew and that it wasn't their fault, but I, by God, better get to speak to a manager and quickly because they're paid enough to be yelled at. Manager never called me back. And nothing has happened so far. Now, I did get a text message to tell me that the engineer will be here tomorrow between 8 and 1 at the property. I'd like to point out that I was told that the work is purely external and nothing will have to happen here in the property, so I don't need to worry about anyone coming in. I am fairly well laid up at the moment, so tomorrow I have to drag my ass down the stairs, unlock the door, and drag it back up, wait for this fucker to come and do whatever he's got to do, then drag my ass down and lock the door again, because I was lied to again by BT. I'm a little bit miffed. So I rang someone to tell them how miffed I was. And said, also, I'm waiting on a manager call back, which I haven't received. 24 hours ago I spoke to you. The response I got was, I'll get someone to call you right back in 24 hours. Never, if you have the option, which sadly I didn't, never, ever go to BT for your broadband. Okay, bye.